Yo guys, what is going on? In this video today, we are going to go over what customers really want. I'm going to show you how to tap into human psychology to sell a lot more products and actually how to model these teachings into your e-commerce store. Now guys, you've got to be looking for the one-up advantage against everybody else. You've got to be looking for the advanced information. You've got to be searching for it. You've got to spend time looking at it because these are the things that are going to accumulate and make you more successful than your competitors. Maybe your ads aren't performing. Maybe you need more money from your business. Maybe you're trying to get an advantage on all your competitors. Maybe you're running out of cash. Maybe you don't understand why it's working. Maybe you're making ads and you're burning cash and you're burning money. Well, this video is for you if you're in that category. Even if your business is doing amazing, which I hope it is, guys, yeah? You can always make more money. Making money is not something you can do and be satisfied with, yeah? We need more money, more money, more money. So anybody who's wanting to improve in any form of selling needs to understand these principles. So let's get straight into this. This is going to be a very good video. So first off, we've got to try and understand why people buy. Now, this is a quote from H.E. Warren, and I'll read it out for you. To understand why people buy, we should know people and have a keen sense of human nature. We should know how people think, how people live, and can be acquainted with the standards and customs affecting their day-to-day lives. We should fully know their needs and wants and be able to distinguish between the two. So one of the main points out of this is needs and wants. You have to understand needs and wants fully and how to find them and what really is the common theme between everybody's needs and wants. And that's what's so important in this video. So every service or product sold on this earth stems from one of these 8 desires, aka needs. So anything you're selling, any product, everything tailors towards this. Now, number 1 being survival, enjoyment of life extension. Number 2, enjoyment of food or beverages. Number 3, freedom from fear, pain or danger. Number 4, sexual companionship. Number 5, comfortable living conditions. Number 6, to be superior, winning, keeping up with the Joneses. Number 7, care and protection of loved ones. Number 8, social approval. Now, the reason why these are so popular and these go into everything is because these are basic human desires and these are designed in all of our fibers, yeah? This is ingrained in you. You're born with this stuff. This is your natural human tendencies. Because these are formed back when you needed each of them for survival, right? We've still got that inside us, and that's what you've got to try tap into. And this is what the best marketers in the world are tapping into in some shape or form. So when was the last time you tapped into one of these in your marketing or your website? When was the last time you focused on these intrinsic needs that are based from human nature? When was the last time? That's what you've got to ask yourself. And understanding these is going to let you do that. These are some of the biggest brands in the world. Yeah, we've got Old Spice, Coca-Cola, Snickers, and Nike, right? Each of these are tapping into these. You can see Old Spice, smell like a man. Enjoyment of life. Yeah. Coca-Cola here, sexual companionship. They're displaying 2 models sharing the bottle. Please tell me what the fuck Coca-Cola has to do with sexual companionship. Absolutely nothing, yeah? If I want a Coca-Cola now, I go to the shop and I go buy a Coca-Cola and I'll just drink it on my own, right? But Coca-Cola know that they have to tap into these human desires in order to create effective marketing. They're focusing on that family aspect or sexual companionship. Same with Nike here, right? My dream is to end theirs. So they're focusing on that competitive superiority, human nature, right? Enjoyment of food here. You're not you when you're hungry, right? All the biggest brands and marketers are doing this. Now, what you'll find is if you go and search Coca-Cola's most popular ads, right? Coca-Cola are doing this for all of them, okay? They're not just sticking with one. They're changing the angle. They're selling angles all the time. They're testing the best working angles. You'll see at Coca-Cola at Christmas time, they've got Santa Claus on there, right? This is a brand that understands human psychology properly, yeah? And you can really learn something from the biggest brands in the world that are doing this. But I urge you to go on your email inbox, go look through whatever mail you've got in the post, go through your Facebook feed, look at the type of advertising, yeah? The reason why you've not necessarily picked up on this is because most advertisers don't realize this, right? But then when you go look at all the biggest brands in the world, these guys do really understand this. But because you see it so much, it sort of just goes past your mind, right? But when you focus on this and realize why they're doing each of them, it can actually give you some real gems on what you need to include in your advertising or website. Understanding this, that people buy with emotion, then justify with logic. This is showing us that we need to tap into the emotion first, okay? The first thing they see is the emotion, because that's what they're buying with. So we need to instantly tap in with the emotion, and then they can justify with logic. Because emotions are ingrained in all of us, right? Emotions are ready to go, and it's a feeling that you have. It's not just a convenience, it's a feeling that you have. The passion is already there. The emotion is passion, it's already there. You just have to tap into it as a seller. You've got needs and then you've got wants. And wants are slightly different, right? These are secondary. Now, the 9 wants are to be informed, curiosity, cleanliness of the body and surroundings, efficiency, convenience, dependability, quality, expression of beauty and style, economy, profit, bargains. Now, needs and wants are completely different, yeah? Needs come first, always, because they are biologically ingrained within us. These wants are things that we've learned. These are not being given to us as soon as we were born, right? So you need to be able to identify each. Now, you might want to focus on a need for a marketing video, right? An advertisement. You might want to focus on a need to hook people in, and then you dress it up with the wants. Okay, because then you're trying to just add the extra layers of conviction, right? Extra layers of value, and that's when you start adding the wants. And you might even be able to lead with a want, but the needs and desires are always going to be the strongest. Because this is how it works, right? There should be arrows here. When you're identifying needs, you're going to create a tension, yeah? Tension. And then tension leads to desire, and then desire leads to action to satisfy the desire, right? So just think about this. Somebody who's just walked and been on their feet for 12 hours a day, right? 12 hours in a day, and the feet are hurting, they're super problem aware. So if they see an ad for new shoes when they get home, and those shoes are designed to make walking more comfortable, then that person is very problem aware, and they're looking for a solution, yeah? And if someone just got drenched walking home from work, they are super problem aware that they need a raincoat because they're wet through. Now, when you're calling out actual needs in your marketing, you are speaking directly to those people who are very problem aware. Whereas if you're just saying, this is a nice raincoat, buy this, then you're speaking to everybody, but ultimately speaking to nobody. You're not tapping into that intrinsic desire. You're not tapping into that dying, burning desire. So you need to mold your messaging and your advertising on your website to speak into the people that are most problem aware, because they are the action takers. They are the people that are willing to take their money out of the pocket and buy something. They're hungry for the solution. That is what you've got to understand with this. First use of a product is done in a customer's mind, yeah? And I want you to just stop for a second and think about this. The first use of a product is done in the customer's mind. Now, when will a customer imagine using your product? Again, when they are very problem aware and they're looking for a solution. When they can actually see themselves using it. If you just got wet through by the rain 10 minutes ago, and then you saw an advertisement for a raincoat that's very waterproof, that problem is still burning. You are super aware of that problem. You can even remember it happening. You're even still wet. That's the type of targeting that we want. That's the type of hyper-focus targeting that we want. And when you start focusing on those real needs instead of just wants, then you're going to start seeing more sales, because these people are more problem aware, they're more hungry for the sales, and they're more raring to go. So, yeah, guys, like and subscribe to this video. I'm dropping serious heat at the minute, man. If you're not subscribed already, I don't know what to tell you, but please understand the difference between these. Rewatch this video. Any questions, drop a comment down below. I'll reply to all comments. And yeah, anything else, shout me. Follow me on Instagram, X, all of that good stuff. Like the video down below.